Hello everyone, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Brian, and I am the newest member of the High Stakes team. Now I'd like to commence this video with a request for those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions. If our guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, we kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering our presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore our Patreon support tier or check out our various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. New York Yankees vs Toronto Blue Jays. My team pick is Yankees moneyline, and here is why. The Yankees are set to start left-hander Carlos Rodon, who's 9-4, with a 3.86 ERA. In his last start, Rodon went 3.2 innings, allowing 7 runs, while on the road this season, he's 5-3, with a 3.86 ERA. He started one game against Toronto earlier this season and allowed 3 runs on 5 hits over 4 innings. New York has a team ERA of 3.28, which ranks second. Toronto has had a disappointing 2024 season, as the Blue Jays are just 36-43 entering play on Wednesday and last in the AL East. Toronto is expected to start right-hander Jose Berrios, who's 6-6, with a 3.43 ERA, while in his last start, he went 5 innings, allowing 5 runs against Cleveland. Toronto has a team ERA of 4.20, which ranks 22nd. Toronto has had a massively disappointing 2024 season, and now has to play the Yankees for 4 games, which is tough. A bright spot for the Blue Jays on Thursday is the fact that Jose Berrios is starting, but even with that, Toronto's offense should struggle to produce many hits and runs against Rodon. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays bullpen has struggled to close out games or keep Toronto in games, and this Yankees lineup should be able to take advantage of a poor pitching staff to get the win and take the series opener. Our total pick is under, and here is why. I do like the under in this spot, as both Berrios and Rodon are 2 solid starting pitchers who should be able to exit the game having only given up 2 to 3 runs. The Blue Jays offense has been one of the worst in baseball, which helps the under, as Toronto is 4.1353 and hitting the under, while at home is 1.7191. Rodon should be able to keep the Jays lineup quiet again, while Berrios will do enough against the Yankees lineup for the under to cash. Texas Rangers vs Baltimore Orioles. My team pick is Baltimore Orioles minus 1.5 runs, and here is why. This game was published before the results of their Wednesday contest. Jon Gray is expected to start for the Rangers. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 0 walks, 0 earned runs, and struck out 3 in a win in his last start against the Kansas City Royals. On the season, he has a record of 3-3, with a 3.03 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, and a 68/19 KB ratio in 13 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .248 against Gray this season. Texas has been average on offense this season. They are around the middle of the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBI, walks, batting average, OBP, and OPS. The Rangers' pitching staff has been average this season. As a team, they are around the middle of the league in ERA, runs allowed, home runs allowed, strikeouts, and WHIP. This game was published before the results of their Wednesday night contest. Corbin Burnes is expected to start for the Orioles. He went 7 innings and gave up 5 hits, 0 walks, 4 earned runs, and struck out 5 in a loss in his last start against the Houston Astros. On the season, he has a record of 8-3 with a 2.35 ERA, 1.01 WHIP, and a 94/24 KB ratio in 16 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .209 against Burnes. Baltimore has been excellent on offense this season. They are first in the league in runs, home runs, RBI, and SLG. The Orioles are top 10 in hits, batting average, and ops. The pitching staff has been good this season. As a team, they are top 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, home runs allowed, WHIP, and batting average against. Corbin Burnes is expected to take the mound for the Orioles, and he has been superb for the Orioles this season. Burnes is neck and neck with Tarik Skubal for the Al Cy Young Award. On the season, Burnes has a record of 8-3 with a 2.35 ERA, 1.01 WHIP, and a 94/24 KB ratio in 16 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .209 against Burnes. Baltimore has been excellent on offense this season. They are first in the league in runs, home runs, RBI, and SLG. The Orioles are top 10 in hits, batting average, and OPS. With Burnes on the mound, the Orioles will win this contest by 2 or more runs. My total pick is under 8 runs, and here is why. Texas has been average on offense this season. They are around the middle of the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, batting average, OBP, and OPS. Texas gets a very challenging matchup against Corbin Burnes. He has a 2.35 ERA, 1.01 WHIP, and a 94/24 KBB ratio in 16 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .209 against Burnes. Texas will struggle to hit and score runs against Burnes. This will be a lower scoring contest and the under will hit. Miami Marlins vs Philadelphia Phillies. My team pick is Philadelphia Phillies minus 1.5 runs, and here is why. Philadelphia got out to a pedestrian 8-8 start to the year, but they've really turned it on since, going 4-5-1-9 over the subsequent 64 games. Their 5.327 record is good enough for the NL East lead, where they have a 7.5 game cushion over Atlanta. The Phillies are currently priced at minus 320 to win the division. They're also 550 to win the World Series, which trails only the Dodgers 310 and Yankees 475 in terms of shortest pricing. The Phillies have rattled off 4 wins in their last 5 games, most recently beating the Tigers 6-2 on Wednesday. Brandon Marsh was the hero offensively, going 4-4 with a home run and 4 RBI. Jose Reyes earned the win in relief, tossing 1.0 scoreless inning. Zach Wheeler is putting together another masterful season, and Friday's outing will be his 17th of the 2024 campaign. The right-hander comes into the weekend at 9-4 with a 2.73 ERA 10th and 0.96 WHIP 9th. He's currently priced at 300 to win the NL Cy Young, making him the favorite. Wheeler faced the Diamondbacks in his most recent outing, limiting them to just 1 earned run on 2 hits over 7.0 innings. It was a winning effort for Wheeler as the Phillies cruised to a 1-2-1 victory. To be frank, the 2024 season has been a complete throwaway year for the Marlins. They got off to a 0-9 start and have never really recovered since. They dropped a 5-1 contest to the Royals on Wednesday, pushing them to 28-52 on the year. The Marlins are now 25.0 games off of the Phillies' first-place pace. The offense was clearly lacking in Wednesday's 5-1 loss to Kansas City. Miami registered just 5 hits, and Nick Fortz drove in the run with an RBI single. Huáscar Brazoban took the loss in relief, allowing all 5 earned runs over just 0.2 innings. Trevor Rogers gets the nod in the series opener, and this will be the 16th start of the season for the 26-year-old. The left-hander hasn't looked overpowering this year, coming in at 1-8 with a 4.90 ERA and 1.55 WHIP. Rogers is riding a 2-start quality start streak, with the recent one being a 6.1 inning effort against the Mariners. He allowed just 2 earned runs on 4 hits and a walk in a no-decision effort. Miami won the game 3-2 in extra innings, snapping a 5-game losing streak in Rogers' starts. As you can probably imagine, the Phillies are a massive money, line favorite minus 275 in this game. Philadelphia is the better team and they're sending their ace to the bump, so I'll lay 1.5 runs with them. In terms of runs per game, Philadelphia is 3rd in the league this year, averaging 5.05 runs per contest. They'll take on a Miami bunch that's 29th in the category, scoring only 3.49 runs per game. The Phillies are an impressive 4-1 in their last 5 games, covering the run line in each of those wins. They have one of the most dominant lineups in the league this year, and they're taking on Trevor Rogers' 4.90 ERA, so I think they'll manage to turn this into a multi-run victory. My total pick is under 7.5 runs, and here is why. I'm expecting nothing less than another Zach Wheeler masterclass on Thursday night. The right-hander has been nearly untouchable at home this year, posting a 1.66 ERA, while limiting the opposition to a .162 average at Citizens Bank Park. Furthermore, Wheeler gets a Miami bunch that has been struggling massively over the last 15 days, ranking 27th in average .214 and 29th in OPS .593. Philadelphia also brings in a dynamic bullpen, which enters the weekend ranked 5th in ERA 3.31 and 9th in WHIP 1.21. They've also allowed just 18 home runs in relief this year, and that's the lowest in the league. Unless the Phillies clear this total by themselves, we should cruise under 7.5 runs in this game.